Okay, in this video we're going to be talking about one thing that a lot of schools handle very inconsistently in the district, and that is the way they handle their school supply list. Um, to their defense, we've never really had a consistent method that we've taught schools how to handle their school supply list, and that is until now. What we're going to do is take you through how to set up a school supply list correctly on your school website. And just for a quick example, this is one way we do not want to present school supply lists, and that is Word documents. We always want to do PDFs, and that's what we'll be showing you today how to do. Over on Lawrence Orr, they put some kind of embed code in here that is very unuser friendly for the parent. Over on Lake Wiley, they actually did a really good job. This is pretty much how we're going to be setting up our school supply list today with a link to a PDF. They took a little extra step and put a JPEG graphic out here of the school supply list. There's nothing wrong with that. If a parent were on the school website in the store shopping, they could easily refer to these JPEGs instead of having to download a PDF. So we're completely fine with that. What we're not going to be okay with are these embeds and doing direct links to Microsoft Word documents. So one thing new to our SharePoint help site is this creating your school supply list page, and this will actually grow a little bit over the next day or two, but for right now you're going to get a very good idea of what it's going to offer. We're going to start you out at the top with actually something we've never offered before, and that are the templates for the school supply list. And it's pretty important that you kind of understand how Microsoft Word works to manipulate the templates. We've given you two options here. Either schools handle this two ways. They either put all the grades on one school supply list, or they separate them by grade and put all the school supplies on one sheet per grade. And what we've done is actually given you templates for both ways to do that. What we're going to do right now is go over to Word and show you one of these. So this is the multiple grade template, and this works very simply. The first thing you want to do once you download the Word document is to come up and double click in this area, and that triggers your header. And once your header is triggered, go ahead and type your school name. Put the year, and obviously school supply list is okay. Double click out of the header, that'll put you into the body of the Word document. And let's go over here to the kindergarten section. As soon as you hit return, it will automatically reproduce a checkbox, so you don't have to manually enter these checkboxes, and just type in the school supply list. And accordingly, you can also delete and do whatever you need to do with that school supply list. And these headers are actually set up as style sheets. So if you ever need to add a style sheet, just click on that, click heading 3, type in whatever you need to. Once you've completed this, we've also actually given you a note field too. If you have some special notes, your return key will trigger a next bullet point, so you can put some notes down there as well. Once you've completed your school supply list, you're going to go ahead and do a save as, and give it a good name. 2017-18 Bruns Academy school supply list. And the most important part is make sure you export out as a PDF. Go ahead and save that to your desktop, and we'll take you to the next step. Okay, so at this point we're going to assume that you have your final PDFs, either your single sheet multiple grades school supply list, or several grades 1 through 6, 1 through 5, K through 5, whatever your school grade system is. You're going to have those PDFs on your desktop. The next step is go to your site contents, go to documents, and go ahead and you can drag and drop files right into there, or you can also click new document and go ahead and browse and find that file. I'm just going to go ahead and do a drag and drop on this. Now normally you would rename that file on your desktop accordingly. If you want to name it here in the directory, you're welcome to do that, and that's done. Let me show you again. Click on those three dots, click on Edit Properties, and you can name this 2017-18 Bruns Academy School Supply List. And keep in mind that this file name is not what's going to show on your website. You want to name this something very descriptive so that when you're in the Documents folder, it's going to be easy to find. So go ahead and click Save. Okay, and there's one other step you always want to check. Go ahead and click on the three dots, click on that again, and make sure here that it doesn't say publish a major version or check in. You always want to double check because PDFs also need to be checked in. This actually is checked in. At this point, we're going to go back out to our home page, and this icon up here, a lot of people don't know this, but that's actually always a shortcut back to the home page of your website. Now, Bruns currently does not have a school supply list page, and that's actually okay. Some schools don't have that. What we're going to do is actually, I picked them because I want to add a page to their site for this tutorial. And we're going to add a page and call it 2017-18 School Supply List. Then we're going to go ahead and create that page. Give it 1 second to open the page content area, and at this point we're simply creating a link like we normally do in SharePoint, and we're going to call this 2017-18 Bruns Academy School Supply List, and we're going to highlight that, and all we're doing here is creating a link. We're going to insert a link from SharePoint because we've uploaded that into our SharePoint folder already. And we are going to go to, sometimes you may come into this dialog box and your school is not automatically populated. Always double check to make sure you're in the correct folder. We're going to click Bruns Academy. We're going to go to Documents. And here's our school supply list at the top. Some people get confused at this point as far as how to place that. Just click on the name. Once you click on the name, I don't know if you caught it, but it will populate down here. So when you see that file name in the location URL, you know you've done it correctly. Go ahead and click Insert. And at this point, that link is hooked up correctly. There's one more step, actually two steps. We want to trigger PDFs to open in a new window. So that's done here. And let me show you that again. Highlight your link. This link tab will show up in your ribbon up here. Click on that, and there's a small checkbox, Open in New Tab. Go ahead and click on that. And the second extra step I usually do is, in SharePoint, it does not default to being underlined. And in the internet world today, a lot of people, when they see the underline, they know it's a hot link. And just kind of to make it obvious to the public, we're going to go ahead and do a Control U, which doesn't underline. You can also control that up here. And you are also welcome to apply a style sheet if you want to. The heading 1, heading 2. Let's go ahead and use a heading 2 and go ahead and make that bold and underline. Now, for OCR handicap accessibility compliancy, we need to add this line here at the end, opens in new window. And we do that with any PDF. PDF opens in a new window. This way here we let the user know if they are on any type of what's called JAWS software, exactly what happens from an expectation standpoint regarding that PDF. Once we've done that, we are going to go ahead over to the page, and we're going to click the check-in button. Once we're checked in, we're going to go ahead, go to the next step, and publish our page. And we're going to do a test on this page from what the public would see. And if you look up here at the very top of your window, as a webmaster, you see two special things here. This S, only you will see, and this auth, only you will see. So what we're going to do is take out auth and take out the S and hit return to reload the page. And this is exactly what the general public will see. So if we click on this, it should open a brand new window. And there's our PDF for the parent to print out and take shopping.